Princess Léonor's future. Many viral headlines suggest there is a secret law, or a specific singlehood mandate, but the reality is a fascinating mix of 18th century tradition and modern constitutional law. The hook. Imagine a life where every romantic interest must be vetted not just by your parents, but by an entire government cabinet and a national parliament. For Princess Léonor, the heir to the Spanish throne, swipe right, isn't just a personal choice, it's a matter of state. While there is no law explicitly saying she must be single, the Spanish Constitution of 1978 contains a hidden trapdoor, Article 57.4. This clause dictates that if the heir marries against the express prohibition of the king and the general courts, they are permanently excluded from the line of succession. Léonor isn't forbidden from loving, she is forbidden from choosing, wrongly, under the penalty of losing her crown. The Constitutional Love Clause, Article 57.4. The primary legal shackle Léonor faces is Article 57.4 of the Spanish Constitution. It states, greater than, those persons who, having a right of succession to the throne, should marry against the express prohibition of the king and the Cortes Generales Parliament shall be excluded from succession to the crown, as shall be their descendants. Greater than. This means Léonor's future partner must pass two major hurdles. The royal veto, King Felipe VI must approve. The political veto, the government and parliament must agree. In the 21st century, this creates a massive tension. If Léonor were to fall in love with someone controversial, perhaps someone with radical political ties or a scandalous past, the Spanish parliament could theoretically vote to prohibit the union. If she proceeded anyway, her sister, Infanta Sofia, would become the queen. The equal marriage tradition. Historically, European royalty followed the Pragmatic Sanction of 1776, which required marriages of equal rank. This meant royals could only marry other royals or high-ranking aristocrats. While this isn't a strict law anymore, as evidenced by Léonor's mother, Queen Letizia, who was a commoner and a divorcee, the house laws of the Bourbons still exert immense social and institutional pressure. The law forcing her to be single is essentially the law of institutional survival. The Spanish monarchy has faced significant scrutiny over the last decade due to the scandals of Léonor's grandfather, Juan Carlos I. Consequently, the law currently governing Léonor's romantic life is the unwritten rule of impeccable image. Any partner she chooses must be scandal-proof to ensure the monarchy survives the transition to her reign. The military factor. Currently, Léonor is undergoing rigorous military training at the General Military Academy in Zaragoza, followed by stints in the Navy and Air Force. Under the Royal Decree 173/2023, her life is strictly regulated as the future Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. This creates a practical barrier to any serious relationship. Her singleness is currently a requirement of her schedule and her duty to the state, as she must complete 3 years of intense training where her focus is meant to be entirely on the sword, rather than the heart. Summary of constraints. Type of constraint. Source. Effect on Léonor. Pipe pipe pipe. Constitutional Article 57.4 can lose her throne if she marries a prohibited person. Pipe. Institutional Bourbon house traditions pressure to marry someone who adds prestige to the crown. Pipe. Military Royal Decree 173/2023 intense schedule leaves zero room for private domestic life. Pipe. Public opinion. Modern media. Any relationship is scrutinized for appropriateness for a future queen. Pipe. Princess Léonor is not legally forced to be single, but she is legally forced to choose a partner that the entire nation of Spain can accept. In many ways, that is a much harder burden than a simple vow of celibacy. Would you like me to expand on the specific historical scandals that led to these strict constitutional rules, or perhaps draft a more narrative-driven scene about a hypothetical constitutional crisis involving her marriage?